In breaking news, Wager Detective is emerging as the next big thing, thanks to his incredible sports betting analytical skills.
Thank you, Chloe. I appreciate that. Folks, welcome. This is Wager Detective. We're going to cap this Guardians versus Tigers game. Guardians plus 110, Tigers coming back minus 120. The over-under is 8. Juice to the over at minus 120, and the under is coming back at minus 102. When we look at the Guardians' last 9 games, 2-7, minus 12 run differential, scoring 5 runs a game to 6.22 for their opponents. They are hitting 23 for 82 in their last 9 games, which comes out to 280 batting average and a 267 are with runners in scoring position. So looking good there, even though they're 2-7 in their last 9, minus 12 run differential coming into this game. They lost yesterday against the Tigers as well. When we look at what they've done in their last 9, again, they lost 3 straight. Only bright spots, they beat Arizona, beat the White Sox, 2 solid teams, so they've shown that they can beat playoff contending teams, but they've lost 3 straight, 2 of them against the White Sox, 1 against the Tigers, and they're going to try to get back on track here, but just not doing good. I'm not a big fan of the manager over there. When we look at who they got in the lineup, and as far as a team, we got DeLauder leading the team in batting average and RBIs, and then home runs led by Rhys Hoskins, which isn't a good thing when he's leading your team in home runs. Ramirez, he's been nondescript this year. Quan I like. Rocchio, hit or miss. Manzardo, decent. I'm just not really fond of this lineup. But again, they are hitting, but they're just not getting the wins in their last 9 games. And again, DeLauder is pretty much the cog there. When we look at them in away games this year, 30-31, scoring 3.85 runs a game, a home run a game, only batting .219 away this year with a .296 on-base percentage and a .658 OPS. Not really good there. And again, 30-31, only scoring less than 4 runs a game. You can see why their record is the way it is. But they got some power. They're getting at least a home run a game. The question is, are they going to have guys on base to help them out? In night games this year, they're 36-40, hitting 4.11 runs per game under the lights, 7.6 hits a game, 1 home run per game. They're batting .230 in night games this year with a 31% on-base percentage and a .685 OPS with a slug of .372. So the numbers do pick up in night games under the lights. When we look at them since July, they are 14-20, scoring 4 runs a game, 8 hits a game, a little more than a home run a game. Batting average .252 since July with a 33% on-base percentage, and a 72% OPS. So 14-20, they're just not getting the job done. They're getting runs. They're just, whether it's pitching or their bullpen, they're just not coming away with wins because they're getting home runs. Look at them against left-handed pitching, which they'll see tonight in Frambler Valdez. They're hitting .225 against left-handed pitching, 32% on-base percentage, 657 OPS, and they're struggling against left-handed pitchers. .225 batting average. Not really that good. They're going to be seeing Frambler Valdez as we get into this cap. There might be a glimmer of hope there with some of the numbers we'll look at, but batting .225 against left-handed pitching, not really going to get it done. And again, 32% on-base percentage there. So Cleveland, again, like I was saying about their manager, I'm not a big fan of Stephen Vogt, and that's a part of it. Frambler Valdez is going to be the pitcher tonight, 7-7 this year with a 4.17 ERA, 103 strikeouts, not really that high, and a 1.37 whip. That could be concerning. Frambler Valdez has always been a guy that's cashing for me. If we look at what he's done this year, 7-7, 4.17 ERA in 23 game starts, 127 innings pitched. He's given up 9 hits a game, and he's given up a little less than a home run a game. He's walking 3 batters per 9 with 7.3 strikeouts per 9 with a 1.37 whip. So you can get to him. He does give up hits. The whip is high. He's given up 3 walks per 9. Last 5 starts, his team is 3-2 plus 6 run differential. They're scoring 5.8 runs a game to 4.6 for their opponents. Last 5 starts, 26 2/3, giving up almost 9 hits a game with a 3.71 ERA, striking out 8.4 batters per 9. But again, the walks, 3 walks per 9 in his last 5. The wins did come against the Mariners and Athletics twice. That's not impressive to me. Losses came against the Royals and Angels, so he hasn't seen comparable playoff type teams like we'll see tonight in the Guardians, who are trying to make the playoffs. But team 3-2 in his last 5. If we look at what he's done in his home starts this year, 4-3, 55 innings pitched. He's giving up, again, 8.5 hits per nine, 409 ERA at home this year, giving up a little more than a home run per nine. Walks still there, 3 walks per nine in his home starts this year. The whip is a little highly elevated, 1.27 whip, and a 244 batting average against in his home starts this year. So there's ways to get to this guy. There's ways to win against him. If we look at what he's done in night games this year, 5 and 6 under the lights, 84 and 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up, again, 10 hits per game in night games, almost a home run a game, walking 3.6 batters in night games this year, and striking out only 7.4 batters per nine. The whip goes up to 1.5 during night games, and teams are hitting 277 against him in night games. So night games, not necessarily his friend, giving up 10 hits a game, walking about 3.5 batters per nine. And if you look at that, the Guardians are a patient team. When we look at what he does against right-handed and left-handed bats, right-handers hitting 263 against them, left-handers hitting 246. So home runs, more to the right-handed bats. He's seen them a lot more. You see there 380 at-bats compared to 118 at-bats versus left-handed batters. So they're hitting them better from the right side of the plate, but that's only because they're probably seeing them more. And if we look at this, he's going to see 2 left-handers. That's what I don't understand about Vogt. He's got 2 left-handers against the left-handed pitcher to start the lineup, confirmed lineup, Kwan and DeLauder. I like those guys, but I would hide them. I would probably put Ramirez in the leadoff spot there. You got Joe Adell, who came over from the Angels. I'm not impressed with this lineup. Hoskins is your home run leader there. Hedges and Rocchio, you can't really rely on those guys. They're a hit-or-miss team. They are hitting the ball pretty good, like we said, in their last 9 batting average and runners in scoring position. We look at what they've done in their last 9 games. Look at the Tigers, 7-2 in their last 9 games. They're hitting the ball very, very well. They're beating teams. They've shut out 4 teams there in their last 9 games against the Athletics, Seattle twice, and San Francisco once. So 4 shutouts, pretty amazing. I don't think you're going to get that there tonight. Again, 7-2 last 9 for the Tigers, plus 39 run differential. They're scoring 6.56 runs per game in their last 9 to 2.2 for their opponents. They've won 3 straight games. They're on a dominant run. They're preventing runs from being scored against them. And plus 39 run differential is very, very significant going into this game. Again, batting .283 in their last 9 games and a .313 average with runners in scoring position in their last 3 games. They're on a streak. They're heating up. Could this team make the playoffs? You got rid of Skubal. You got rid of Mize. I don't know if they can make a push, but they're playing great baseball right now. When we look at this team, I love this team. McGonigal, Green, Dingler, Torkelson, Keith, McKinstry. Vierling, not a big fan of. Carpenter, nice player. Gleyber Torres. You see Baez in there. He only played 33 games this year. He's been back recently. And you see McGonigal leading the team in batting average and Dingler leading the team in home runs and RBIs. So they got a fantastic team. I like A.J. Hinch as a manager. And if you look at them in home games this year, they're 31-27, scoring 4.53 runs a game, getting about 8 hits a game, one home run per 9. A little more than a home run per 9. Their batting average at home this year, 244, 32% on-base percentage, and a 731 OPS. Very, very nice. And if we look at them in night games this year, 37-39 under the lights, scoring 4.5 runs a game, 8 hits a game, a little more than a home run a game, batting 244 in night games, 728 OPS, and 320, 32% on-base percentage. So all those numbers are great. If you look at them against left-handed pitching, which you'll see in Foster Griffin tonight, they haven't really seen a lot, 116 games, 1.37 runs a game against left-handed pitching, 2.2 hits a game, and a quarter of a home run a game against left-handed pitching. Batting average 236 against left-handers, 707 at OPS. So the power drop is notable, 29 home runs with 115 against right-handed pitching. Now, if we look at Foster Griffin, having a great year this year, 12-4, 3.31 ERA, 122 strikeouts, 1.11 whip. But since he's coming over from the Nationals, he's gotten beat up in his last 2 starts. and maybe he's just not happy at being there. He's got to get used to the environment. 12-4 on the year with a 3.31 ERA in 133 and a third. He's giving up about 8 hits a game and 1.42 home runs per 9. This season, not good. 2.16 walks, better than what we said about Valdez. He's striking out 8.24 batters per 9 with a 1.11 whip. So the only thing that's concerning here is the home runs. And they got guys in the lineup they can hit home runs. But again, we said the Tigers not really adept at seeing left-handed pitching and doing well against them. They're better against right-handed pitching. Griffin, last 5 starts, 2-3, 24 innings pitched. He's given up 11 hits per 9 in his last 5. 5.63 ERA in his last 5 starts, 1.5 home runs per 9. He's only striking out 6 batters per 9. And if you look at that, the wins came against the Athletics and the Diamondbacks. Losses came against the Braves and the Mets. And the one loss was one of his games when he was in the All-Star game where he pitched 1 inning. So that's why you don't see another loss in there. It was in the All-Star game in his last 5 appearances. So he gave up 6 earned runs to Atlanta, 5 earned runs to New York in his last 2 games. So the question becomes, can he shut down this hot Tigers offense? Is he ready for a bounce back spot? He's had 2 bad starts in a row. Do you try to catch a falling knife, or do you expect the pitcher to come back after 2 bad outings and finally put it together? If we look at him in night games this year, fantastic. Under the lights, 9-1, 71 innings pitched. He's given up 7 hits per 9, a 2.79 ERA in night games. The home runs dropped to 1.39 home runs per 9. He's only walking 1.52 batters per 9 in night games this year. Batting average against him, 211, whip, 096. He is pitching fantastic in night games. And again, off of a pitcher where he's had 2 bad starts in a row, Valdez's numbers don't stand out to me as being something that I could look at and be like, I'm wowed by. So I expect a bounce back spot for him. Against right-handed bats, 251 average. And against left-handed bats, look at that. 176 average against left-handed bats this year. It is significant because he's pitched against 1,100 left-handed bats this year to 2,900 right-handed at bats. So he's seen a lot less left-handed at bats, batters this year compared to right-handers. But if you look at that in that small sample size, 176 against left-handed at bats in 1,100 at bats. In 131 at bats against left-handed pitching. But it says here in my notes, 1,100 altogether against left-handed bats this year to 2,930 for right-handed pitching against right-handed bats. And if we look at this lineup, you got Torres that's going to be the leadoff there. I'm not impressed with him. Dingler could be a problem in the expected lineup. McGonigal could be a left-handed problem, but Green and McGonigal, if you can neutralize them and his stats hold, it could be good for him tonight in a bounce-back spot. We look at the Guardians, bullpen, 14th best in Major League Baseball. Cade Smith, one of the best closers in baseball, in my opinion. He's right behind Mason Miller as far as the best closer in baseball, 2.36 ERA. And if we look at them, Cade Smith, he's super fresh, had 2 days off, and you look at Holderman's fresh, Herron's fresh, Gaddis fresh. Fest pitched yesterday, 11 pitches, and Allen pitched yesterday, 14 pitches. So all those guys are super fresh. You got Cade Smith in there. If it gets late and they got a lead, they're gonna do good. Now, if we look at the Tigers, 8th best bullpen in baseball, Kenley Jansen. Their closer there, 3.78 bullpen ERA for the Tigers. Very, very good. And if you look at this bullpen, look at all these pitchers that they used yesterday. Jansen pitched 29 pitches yesterday. Wagyu pitched 25 pitches yesterday. Finnegan, 28 pitches yesterday. Summers, 18 pitches yesterday. The only guys that didn't pitch yesterday that you see on screen there are Holton and Madden. So I expect those guys to be one of the first 2 relievers that come in. Holton or Madden will be first in my opinion. Jansen pitched yesterday, 29 pitches. I don't think you'll see him. Wagyu yesterday, 25 pitches. Finnegan, 28 pitches yesterday. So, guys, if we're breaking this down, I'm expecting a bounce-back spot from the Guardians here with Foster Griffin having 2 bad starts in a row. He's having a great year, pitches great in night games. You don't know what you're going to get. I like Framber Valdez, but he gives up too many walks, too many hits, and I just think that this is a good bounce back spot for the Guardians. So Wager Detective is calling the Guardians on the money line plus 110 against this red-hot Tigers team. I like the Tigers. They've been playing great, plus 39 run differential. The book is only putting them at a certain, a small little chalk here. I'm not gonna take the bait on that. I'm gonna put my intuition into this and say that the Guardians win tonight. As far as an over or under on that 8, I do believe that this game could get over, but I just think late, if it comes down to bullpens and the Guardians have a lead, I just think that they'll be able to shut the door. Tigers are taxed in their bullpen, so you're not going to get the best of their best arms because most of them pitched yesterday with high pitch counts. So again, Wager Detective calling the Guardians to win tonight on the money line as a small dog plus 110. This is Wager Detective. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to like it, share with your friends, and leave comments, and I'll get back to you. And thank you for tuning in, and I love all my fans out there, and I'll talk to you soon.
Be sure to follow Wager Detective on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.